Good afternoon. Want to wish everybody a happy Halloween, and for those with children, be safe with trick-or-treating today. Let me remind everybody, win or lose, it's all about the you. Well, Virginia played a very nasty Halloween trick on us yesterday. 24 hours since the game ended in Charlottesville. Having time to digest a couple thoughts. Felt offensively, the last 3 drives, we showed some life, but just wasn't to be. The offense was just really struggling yesterday. But I'm very disappointed with the defense, especially the last drive. You can't make silly mistakes and expect to win. That's just not going to get it done. I'm just sorry to say. My take on yesterday's game is as follows. Right now, I could have easily given this performance an F, but I know it hurts like hell to say this, but it's time to give out the report card 24 hours after yesterday's game. So, without further ado, here are the grades for the report card for yesterday's game. I give the offense a D, and the reason I did that is we did have a spark in the fourth quarter with the 3 touchdown drives, but with just way too many penalties here and turnovers to overcome. We had drops in key spots. Just too many yesterday, and pass protection was just god awful, and it cost us J12 in the second quarter. But the latest I'm reading on J12 today is that, if there's anything I'm reading from other sites with Grassy, and the thing I'm looking at here from, according to ESPN, what they're saying right now is, I'm looking at the link it's actually from ESPN, but I'm going to take a look at it. But he does have a concussion. He suffered it, late in the second quarter yesterday. He's questionable for Saturday's game against Maryland. But if we can't go, we'll have Stephen Morris. I'm very confident Morris will step up in the game. In the game, basically, we really now have to have from here on out. Defensively, a D-, and the reason again was penalties. We could not stop the run. We allowed 185 yards rushing, and that's unacceptable. And let alone the fact we could not stop Virginia on 2 big third downs on that game-clinching drive yesterday, about 3.5 minutes to play, when we cut the deficit to 5. Poor tackling is a big problem. Yesterday, it reared its ugly head. You cannot do that. We cannot be tackling poorly and expect to win. You can't do that. That's unacceptable yesterday. Special teams, D. Bosher, very poor punts. In fact, of his 57.8 yards per punt, the average net was 42. That's 15 yards per punt in field position given up. And also to add the fact he missed an extra point in the fourth. That changed the game, because instead of maybe down 5, we're down 5 instead of 3. Potentially with a 2-point conversion on that third touchdown to the pass from Morris to TB. I was just not going to get it done yesterday. We did allow 33 yards in returns overall, but here as well, penalties were a big problem. Overall, I could have given this an F, but I didn't. And the reason I gave it a D instead of an F is that we didn't quit. We did come back with Morris, and we made it a game late. But again, too many penalties, not enough big stops, especially on that game-clinching drive. The defense has got to make those stops on third down. Figure what happens, we stop them on third down, and we maybe have 1 to 2 timeouts. Maybe we complete the comeback, and who knows what would have happened. We had the ball last one final time. Maybe something happens, but it wasn't to be yesterday, guys. It just was not to be. So that's basically how it is, guys. That's just the way it is. This hurts. We got to bounce back against Maryland. What I will do now is play in the second segment. I'm going to play Randy's post-game presser. I'm going to open the chat room, and what we're going to do is I want to hear your take on yesterday's game. I want to hear your takes on the game yesterday. For those, this segment will be archived on YouTube, as will all segments of the Ustream Live videos. They will be on YouTube, so give your thoughts on yesterday's game and give your take. That's all I ask. Give your take. So the next segment, we're going to open the chat room, and we're going to, for those on Ustream, we're going to open the chat room, and we're going to play the lowlights of yesterday's game against Virginia, and we will go from there. See you in the next segment.